Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm Prashant. I'm the founder of Word Pandit, and I'm bringing this video to you wherein I'm going to explain to you how do you prepare for your second round of preparation, that is the personal interview, essay writing or written assessment test and GD round. What is it that you need to do in order to crack this personality assessment round for various B schools? How do you get started? What is it that you do? All those things are going to be discussed in this video. They fall under the ambit of discussion here. Now, how do you get started? What is it that you primarily need to do? You need to prepare for three things. You would know this: group discussions. Now this activity has become increasingly obsolete from a lot of business schools, and it's in COVID times we don't expect this to be a part of a lot of B schools as well. Personal interviews and written assessment tests, in other words essay writing, these are three activities that you need to primarily prepare for. Some business schools have group tasks and other such activities. Now these are the three major things that you need to prepare for. How do you go about it? How do you get started? Now the first step is you need to identify a good mentor, a good sounding board, or a group of friends wherein you can discuss a lot of these things. What am I talking about? What kind of things need to be discussed? Remember, when you prepare for personal interviews and essay writing, a lot of that process is about self-realization. A lot of that process is about self-awareness and understanding where do you stand, where is it that you need to reach. What are your qualities, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how do you go about improving your profile, and most importantly, how do you go about improving the way you present yourself. And that is where you need feedback, you need people to pitch in, you need to understand yourself as well, right? And that's why you need a sounding board, a place where you can go and express yourself and then get genuine feedback and improve. It's good, it's really great, or it's essential to have a good mentor, trainer at this stage. If there is someone in your family who can do that, great. Otherwise you go to search around, look around, and then you get a good mentor or a trainer on board and you go about it, right? Peer group preparation, discussing with your peers, discussing your answers, your approach, how do you communicate things, that is also of critical value. So make sure you get together a group of friends, everyone who's preparing at this stage, and you bounce ideas off each other, right? Make this a support group of sorts where you can engage with each other, discuss at what stage of preparation you are, what is it that you're lacking, what is it that you're missing. Try to learn from the other person. Remember, you're not trying to copy anyone, you should not try to ape anyone. That's not the purpose here, but it's just about expressing yourself, communicating, getting your ideas out there and feeling confident about yourself. And once you can form this peer group or support group of individuals, that is something that can happen most definitely, right? Get a mentor on board, join a training course, and secondly, build a peer group, peer support group. Those are the things that you get started with. Thing number one, you do. Thing number two, self-awareness. As I said just a few seconds back, self-awareness is the key. You need to realize your own strengths, weaknesses, shortcomings, qualities, and you need to understand all these things about yourself. Now when we put across two very basic questions, why MBA and introduce yourself, now just pause this video, take out a pen and paper and write the answers to these questions, right? Just jot down points and you will see that you will begin to fumble, right? You'll begin to the first answer or the first couple of answers, this genuine answers that will come to your mind are you're doing MBA because you've taken this up because of the money, because of the fact that you want to get settled. And that's it. That is seemingly your purpose. Now you really cannot put this across in such a blunt manner, right? You need to communicate this in the right way. You need to understand the correlation between what you've done so far, how do you present it, and remember each individual is unique. So again, copy pasting is not going to work. So you need to understand how do you present yourself, how do you get out there, and hence it's very important to be self-aware where you are, what you've done, all the things you've done in your life, assess them, collect them, compile them, understand them, and then put them across in the best manner possible. You've got to look into every aspect of your life. You will find a host of great things about yourself. Remember, self-affirmation works great here, right? So you have to affirm your own qualities. It does a wonderful job. Affirm yourself, affirm your qualities, feel good about yourself, and pat yourself on the back every now and then. We've reached somewhere, right? You're preparing for this round, so you've reached somewhere, you've achieved something, and now you just need to build on it, right? So make sure you take out time from your daily activities, place yourself in some nook and corner of the world, and just sit with yourself. The first slide was about going out there and meeting people, talking to them and communicating them. The second step is you sit in some corner, hide yourself away from the world, and look into yourself, right? So this is a process where there is outward reflection, inward reflection, both. And you do this and you figure out the answers to these questions. So this is thing number 2 that you do. You become self-aware, right? A little bit of meditation also might help here, just an additional point, right? The third thing that you've got to do here is you should not shy away from honest feedback. You should not do that. You should not be afraid of it, right? Remember, we are generally scared of criticism. We cringe when someone exposes us to some strong, honest words about ourselves. If that criticism is scathing in nature, we recoil and then we close ourselves and we do not want to listen to anything else. That's not a constructive thing to do. You should not run away from criticism. Remember, this is the first step to make the desired changes, the changes that you are required to make. Seek out help, seek feedback. It's a deeply enriching process if you've done it the right way. If you don't do it the right way, it's going to leave you bitter, right? Talk to your friends, talk to your family. This can be the starting point about yourself. They'll show a mirror to you and you'll get to learn things about yourself, right? And then go talk to your mentors, your peer group. Seek out things that you need to improve, be receptive to them, be open to them, and then get started and start working on them, right? These are things that you've got to do for sure. Thing number 3. Thing number 4 now. This brings us to read and watch great stuff. You got to learn continuously. You just cannot stop learning. This is the time period where you expose yourself to the best possible reading material. Watch good videos. So for example, if in the interview you plan to say that you're interested in economics, make sure you go and read great literature on it. I'm just taking an example, so you can start off with Freakonomics. That's an interesting book to start off from. Go and watch some TED videos on it and then develop your knowledge of the area, right? Watch great material, soak in great stuff, and this is just an example of it. You can go and say sports as well, and then make sure that you've consumed great material on it, things that you can share with the interviewer. You should be ready with the follow-ups, right? Next, go through previous year experiences of people who've done it before these and use these to formulate your approach, your process. Remember, no copying, no aping others. You're not copy pasting stuff, you're just understanding and trying to learn from these experiences. Put yourself in mock situations, try to understand how you would cope with the scenarios mentioned above, the things that you learn from experiences, and you work on your general awareness. Remember, it's not about cramming facts only, it's about understanding things. So for example, the farmers protest, you should understand both sides to it. You should develop a reasoned argument. You could be asked to defend it, you could be asked to attack farmer protests in the interview, you could face any such situation. So your nuanced arguments for the topic should be ready, and you should have your own reasoning ready, right? So it's not only about just learning facts, plain and simple, plain and vanilla facts. You've got to have your reasoning in place as well. So for this, you need to read good stuff, watch great videos, imbibe all that knowledge, and develop understanding of things. Superficial knowledge does not work, and that is not something you should be aiming for. It's not about consuming things in quantity, it's about making sure that whatever you learn it well enough. So this is thing number 4. Thing number 5, you start making notes and you start writing immediately. This is specifically helpful from the perspective of essay writing. Remember, it takes time to perfect your answers for common interview questions, so you got to improve your write. And secondly, takes time to improve your writing skills for essay writing. Both these things take time. So start making notes, start today. Start to compose answers for all common interview questions. Even if you don't have anyone to check your answers today, don't worry about it, but at least start writing daily. Start noting down things about yourself, start noting down your qualities, things that you've learned, etc., etc. Then pick up some general topics, for example, farmers protest, anything that's raging right now, the US election. Pick up these topics, write your opinion pieces on these, right? And if you can't do that, write a daily diary at least. So try to pick up some writing activities on a daily basis. You want to write, You only improve as a writer if you write as much as you can, right? And that's something that you've got to do here. So make sure you put in the hard yards and you start writing, start composing things, and you make notes. And you make notes about interview questions, you make notes about common topics, things which are happening in the world. This would help you prepare for the essay writing round. For the when you prepare answers for your common interview questions, these are going to bring in a lot of self-awareness as well and help you prepare for interviews. So you make sure you start making notes from today itself, right? So this is another thing that you do. In case you need help for any of this process, we are running a wonderful course, right? The personal interview and essay writing course 2021, the ultimate course. This is a Word Pandit special course. It consists of 12 live sessions. We're going to discuss everything related to personality development, communication skills, SOPs, GDs, etc., etc. These are going to be live sessions. Then there are going to be individual mock PIs, right? Personal interviews, face-to-face prep on Zoom calls, mock GDs on Zoom, 20 essays with feedback, and we'll also provide you grammar feedback for these SOPs and profile building. We will review your essays, give you a detailed feedback on each essays. You'll get recorded interviews as well, right? You can record them at your end as well, plus replies for common interview questions and previous year experiences, and coupled with knowledge boosters for GK, right? So these are all the different things, and most importantly, you will get a mentor in the course, a sounding board with whom you can discuss your answers and approach, right? So these are all the things which are part of the ultimate personal interview and essay writing course for 2021. So in case you are looking out for any such course, but Pandit is a great place to get started, right? And we're going to help you make sure we'll help you develop your skills, and we'll try to make sure that you crack your dream beach school. So that's it for this particular video. Hopefully so you've learned some vital points and you can get started with your prep now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, happy learning.